Coming up, I'll help you manage your queues so you don't get stuck behind the 8-ball.
Insufficient funds.
Plus, BattleCasting. No, it's not a new form of extreme fishing, and ready for base expansion? We're gonna see. Dev tested, player approved. This is Command School. You're watching Command School. I'm Greg Kasavin. This is your one-stop source for C&C tips, tricks, and secrets. Each month, I'll interrogate fellow developers to bring you killer strategies for amateurs and pros alike. Even if you're a top-ranked player, you'll want to hear these strats and techniques. After all, your opponents are going to be watching. But first, a beginner's tip, BattleCasting. BattleCasting your match is the only way to be showcased on BattleCast Primetime. But what is it? If a match is BattleCast, anyone who owns the game can watch it at commandandconquer.com by clicking on the BattleCast tab. Browse or search until you find a match to watch, and then click its icon. Here you can see the match stats and download the replay. To BattleCast your own match, create an online game and click on the Broadcast tab. Give your match a name and description, then make sure Broadcast Game is checked. Tape delay lets you select how long it'll take for your match to appear online. This lets you be sure your opponent isn't watching the BattleCast as you square off. Alright, now a more advanced tip. The first 2 minutes of your game are the most frantic and the most critical. What you do with these 2 minutes is referred to as your build order, and it dictates your strategy for the rest of the game. First, I'll show you a balanced build order. You'll want a crane so you can build 2 structures at once, but you should never build it first. Each queue will drain 100 credits per second, so if you don't start with a refinery, you'll zero out. First, build a power plant, then a barracks so you can grab any tib spikes on the map. Next, drop a refinery, and then your crane. In your first queue, build a power plant, then a refinery, and in your second queue, another refinery. With 3 refineries placed, build a war factory and start amassing your army. Don't forget about infantry and base defenses. Then build 2 more refineries and a second war factory. At 5 refineries, 2 war factories, and a barracks, you're off to a great start. Send out your forces in strong, balanced waves, always leaving enough to defend your base as well. Slowly build technology structures and upgrades, but remember, it's not a race with a balanced build order. If you don't have the patience for that, you're probably a rusher. A rusher gets vehicles and play fast and harasses the enemy's base before he's built up his defenses. Try this: refinery, power plant, war factory. From here, many players build a second war factory, but that's not smart. Each war factory drains 100 credits per second, and each refinery only brings in 50. That means you'll need 3 more refineries and another power plant before you even think about that second war factory. Now you can place the second war factory and prepare your second wave, probably light tanks. A good rusher never has a huge army. Instead, he has harassment forces all over the map trying to take out the enemy fast. Your enemy's nukes are worthless with that defeated logo spinning away. Those are 2 of the most popular build orders. Try them out and see which one works best for you, then adapt it to your own unique playstyle. And of course, keep watching Command School for more smart and sometimes wacky build orders, from the Tech Turtle to the MCV charge and everything in between. With all the base creeping online these days, it's rare to see a surveyor in action. Players prefer to expand by dropping expensive airfields end-to-end in a strategy known as the creep. The truth is, a surveyor or explorer or emissary is actually a better way to go. Think about it. With your structures close, it only takes 2 or 3 base defenses to protect against engineers and commandos. Not true in a long creep. Plus, in patch 1.08, cranes can no longer build base defenses, making creeps even weaker. A surveyor will actually get you up and running at your expansion faster and cheaper. They're only 750 credits if you sell them off after you unpack. But using a surveyor is tricky. It has very few hit points, and often your opponent will have a few light tanks waiting in ambush at your expansion field. That's 1,500 credits down the drain. Try unpacking it just out of sight of the expansion field, or, if you're feeling particularly ruthless, unpack it at your opponent's base just out of sight. From here, you can place a war factory and all the base defenses you can afford. If you ever find yourself up against a base creep, fear not. It's probably poorly defended. Creeps rely solely on a strong front line, so cut it off by sneaking in an engineer or commando into the unprotected midsection. And if you could get just 5 tanks in the back of a creeper's base, you should be able to take out the crane, slowing his expansion by 50%. After that, hit him with everything you've got. Alright, it's homework time. Hop online and BattleCast your match, then show off your new build orders, surveyor rushes, and structuring superiority. Then tune in next time for more exclusive tips, tricks, and strategies straight from the C&C3 developers themselves. For Command & Conquer TV, I'm Greg Kasavin.